God, so many people as usual. I ran to the cafeteria as soon as the bell rang, but it was already packed with starving students. Unless Moses descends and lays down a miracle, getting through this crowd will be impossible. Hey! Turning around at the familiar voice, I saw Red and Tay. Oh, Tay. And Red. You guys got here all right. The building is a bit complicated, so first-timers usually get lost. Huh? Oh, our friends let us here. Thanks!
Oh, no, it's nothing. I can't meet you. I want to meet you. Catch you, catch me. I'll catch you.
The boy seemed to be possessed by something and disappeared into the crowd. You've made some weird friends. Yeah? Odd. They're pretty nice. Do they need to be cleansed more? I'll call them again tomorrow. What? Cleansed? Red has obviously started one of his ridiculous pranks. Anyways, do you think we'll be able to eat, though? It's more crowded than we heard it'd be. Tay slightly frowned at the packed cafeteria. Well, this is usually how it is. Some kids have said they heard the building crack when there really was a lot of people. Isn't that a bit dangerous?
You guys, what are you doing here?
Oh, Mr. Yuri? Seeing the massive crowd of boys following behind Yuri, I forgot what I was about to say. He looks so smug right now. Prophet, please tell us how to play. Please, please, after that, tell us the next method other than the one you just taught in class. I've had 18 years as Forever Alone, and I have 12 years until I become a wizard. Please do not abandon this poor soul.
Oh, dear little lambs. You are all too young to realize the deep truths of the world.
It was ridiculous the way Yuri shook his head. I almost nearly said, it's only been 6 days since you became human.
But if someone can extinguish my famine, I myself will tell my secrets to just one person. It requires a lot of strength to pass down the secret.
Is that true? Do not worry, we will go and get the daily bread for our prophet. Let's go, guys!
Popular everywhere I go.
What the hell are you doing, Mr. Yuri?
What do you mean? I've just been teaching the students as I'm required to do. And you should ask that question to that puppy over there, and not me.
What?
Look over there.
Yuri pointed at no other than Yano. The puppy, the chick, whatever you want to call him, Yellow. Yano was already successfully in the cafeteria and surrounded by girls. Yano, have the sandwich. Okay, thank you. Can I instead poke your cheeks? Just for a second? What? Oh, Don't be like that. You let Soy touch it. Let me too, please. Yana was restless and smothered by a group of girls. Like the girls said, Soy frequently pokes Yana's cheeks. At seeing Yana feel embarrassed, I asked her why. Then Soy started shouting passionately, as she's wanted to do.
It's natural that if you like something, you want to see it. If you see it, you want to touch it.
I think Yana was quite touched by that, since from then on he let Soy play around. But I'm worried that all the other girls will try to do the same thanks to that. Although Soy is a bit strange, I'd rather have just her torment Yano. That would be good. But sorry, Yano, not on your route this time. Although I want to go and rescue you, my starving body just does not have the strength to get through the crowd.
That Yano, he's pretty good. He has a bright future. He'll become a great man and follow my footsteps.
No, Yuri. I'll do everything in my power to make sure that never happens. But what? That's... I was thinking that by myself when something ran towards us like a bull. It was a girl. Tay, this! Have this! The place suddenly turned into a stage for the girl to declare her love. Although she made quite an entrance, she seemed nervous and had her eyes shut. Oh, sorry.
I have to refuse.
Tay, people said you don't take presents or confessions. It was true. It hasn't even been a couple of days since he came here, and yet there are already rumors on how he refused all the girls. But why doesn't he take the presents? It wouldn't be a big deal to take them. Such a waste. Come on, Tay, get it together. Really? No. I searched for this really hard to give to you.
Ah, this is awkward. Sorry, but thanks.
Tay smiled awkwardly. Let down by his refusal, the girl treaded back. You could have taken it. She picked it for you. Tay smiled and looked at me. It was a pretty smile, but I didn't know what it meant.
We should eat lunch somewhere else today. There's too many people, no?
After saying that, Tay turned around. What? I feel like he just avoided from answering. I don't know about that guy anymore. Am I wrong? While seeing Tay walk away, I noticed the clock on the cafeteria wall. Oh, look at the time! Lunch is going to be over soon. Oh well, head on. Ah! I was about to jump into the crowd when someone grabbed my clothes. What? Head on? If you go in there, you'll get trampled. You're too tiny. I turned around to find Red holding onto my collar. And he was holding onto my shoulders as well, trying to stop me. Wait here. I'll be back. And he read the menu on the cafeteria wall over my head. I can definitely feel the height difference now that I'm right by his side. I can't even see the menu with my height. Tell me about it, girl. So, what do you want? Tell me. Oh, right. I want that bread. I pointed at the food I want. Roger, heroine. You wait here. Red beamed at me and disappeared into the crowd. Considering it's Red, he did seem quite trustworthy right now. And right then I heard another familiar voice behind my back. To be exact, the voice was familiar, but a bit more nasal than usual.
Oh my god, isn't this my bestest friend ever here, who just happened to be here at the same time as me?
It was Soy. Ah, you surprised me.
Oh, friend, what are you so surprised about?
Oh, nothing. I thought you said you brought your lunch to Ouch! So I pinched my side.
OMG, what are you talking about? I come here every day. You know that.
I remember Soy once telling me.
I'm never going to that filthy place filled with sweaty bums.
I guess she remembers that too, since she was screaming with laughter.
Wait! You were at the cafeteria with the Hot Five?
Hot... what?
The Hot Five. You didn't know? Tay and Red, who were just with you, are all members of the Hot Five. Yana, lads from our class, Tay, Red, who are sophomores, and plus Mr. Yuri make 5. So, Hot Five.
Hot Five. I recall the name of some boy band that disbanded a long time ago. I guess the kids in this academy are pretty old school. But more importantly, the 5 boys must have become incredibly famous here. I mean, they were talked about a lot from the first day. It was surprising how much they knew, despite not being in the same class. Of course, so I would be able to recite the name of every hot boy in other academies. But it seems that even the other girls had their eyes on them. At that moment, a familiar face approached me. Ugh, why are you here now? Aw, don't be like that.
Looking at your bust size, you must be freshman Soy.
Oh my, you know me? What an honor, Mr. Yuri.
I think he just sexually harassed her, but no one seems to care.
Of course, I know everything that's beautiful, especially if it's a woman.
Oh, Mr. Yuri, you have quite an eye.
I shouldn't interrupt their conversation just yet. That seems to be best for my mental health. You! I was trying my best to ignore the two when Red shouted my name. What? OMG. Over there, Red was at the counter with an armful of bread. What are you doing there? Giving out bread. What? The cafeteria lady seemed too busy, so this justice warrior decided to step up and help. She told me she'd give me 3 pieces of bread instead. The price for justice. He said he was going to get bread, but now he was the cafeteria lady's assistant. So Red. Red pretends to throw the bread. Ah, you're gonna throw it?
Always the best at making a fuss.
I turned around to see Lance silently approach me with his, judging eyes. Lance frowns at seeing Red. Red seems so pathetic to him, as usual. Well, there does seem to be something else. But before I could figure out his expression, he went into the cafeteria without saying a word. Oh, Lance, I know what that expression was. Hey, take this! Ha! I was distracted looking at Lance when Red threw something at me. Ah! I feel like things around me are in the air often. A piece of bread was flying towards my way like one of Lance's slippers. Ah, enough! This is enough! Ignoring what I just said, Red kept on throwing bread. I hurriedly took all the bread. Eat everything! You have to eat a lot if you want to fight for justice! Red beamed from afar. After that, Red threw bread to all the other hungry souls in the cafeteria. I was about to ask Red when he was going to eat, but he looked so excited, so I stopped. Now what should I do with all this bread? It's way too much for me to eat by myself. Where should I eat it? Well, we gotta go nip that, Soy and Yuri romance in the bud. Sorry, Soy. I went to Soy thinking I'll share my bread since she hasn't bought anything yet. She was still fervently talking with Yuri. I'm kind of worried about where this conversation's gonna go.
You smell quite nice, Soy. A very sweet scent. Like peach.
Ahem! I made sure he noticed me to stop him from hitting on my friend, let alone a student, when he should be hitting on me, sir. Soy and Yuri turned their eyes on me.
Friend, what's up? What are you holding?
You didn't buy bread, right? I brought these for you. I handed Soy a couple pieces.
This much? I'll take it since it's free, but where did you get all this?
From someone. If I say it's from Red, she'll surely interrogate. She'll interrogate me again, so I lied.
I don't know who that someone is, but he gave you this much bread? He may be a sweaty bum, but I see his passion.
Wait, Miss Soy. I don't feel so good about that bread.
Why not?
They smell of cherry. No, of a cherry boy.
He must have realized it's from Red. Look at those eyes. Ah! Soy started fretting as if she's just touched the cursed bread.
Give it to me. I'll take care of this evil thing.
Oh, Yuri, you're so sneaky. Yuri took the bread from Soy, who was still making a fuss. I could have just gave you some of mine.
Such tacky things do not suit the ladies.
It was harsh saying it's tacky when Red gave it to me.
Mr. Yuri.
Yuri was holding bread on one hand and using the other to take something out of his pocket.
Here.
Yuri handed me something from his pocket. Chocolates? It was a piece of chocolate. Whew, man. Smooth criminal, this guy. Alright, I like you. You have chocolates.
It's handmade chocolate. Something that has the honor of entering a lady's mouth should at least be this elegant.
I took the chocolate. I've never tasted a handmade chocolate before, so it was a bit cool.
Wow, so pretty.
So I was happy to have gotten one from Yuri. I'm happy.
So now, don't take that tacky bread.
Yuri winked at me. It's not tacky! Mr. Yuri, are you going to throw those away? I pointed at the bread he was holding. Yuri would definitely throw those away, saying they're bad for your skin.
If I'm to cleanse the scent of that cherry boy, I have to.
Then give those back. I would feel really bad for Red if Yuri threw them away. Yuri stared at my hands I stretched out to take back the bread.
You're not interested in those cheap things, are you?
They're not cheap. Red was being nice, so the price was irrelevant.
Do you fancy that cherry boy?
OMG, I knew it!
I glared at Yuri. Are you really going to be like this right now? You want to go? You want to do this right now?
Weird. You want both the chocolate and the cherry boy's bread. You're quite the greedy one, mademoiselle.
Both the chocolate and the bread were gifts. I don't want to throw them away. I don't want to ignore someone's kindness. Yuri stared at me once more.
Here, take them.
Yuri held out the bread. I took back the bread. Thanks for the chocolate. Soy, tell me if you want the bread later. I'll head back now.
Friend, that bread is covered with a cherry boy's spirit. Think carefully.
Alright. They all taste the same. I hated Yuri for ignoring Red's kindness. I leered at Yuri and headed back to class.
What a weird kid.
I'm not a kid. I'm not. I just want my bread. I want to eat my bread. Me. I'm back. I came in the house saying hi lifelessly and heard someone energetically shout back. Oh, you're here early. Red was munching on something on the sofa. Choco snacks. I noticed the snack wrappers on his hands. What's with the snack? Someone in my class gave it to me. It's chocolate flavored and it's really good. Want to try some? No, I'm not really hungry, and I had some handmade chocolate, so that cannot compare to your Choco Snacks. I mean, your Choco Snacks cannot compare to that. Maybe. Just from a glance, I could tell it was something expensive from abroad. To get something like that, does that girl have a crush on Red? Where's Yellow? He has cleaning duties today. Red focuses attention back to the TV as usual. The person who greets me when I come home often changes. If everyone came back home together, we'd arrive at the same time, but Lance insists on coming back alone. And I'm avoiding leaving school with Yano so no one takes it the wrong way. What? Did something happen? No. I saw Red sitting in front of the TV turn around and look at me. I smiled back. It's okay, Red. Now when I come home after school, I don't feel so empty. Because I have the dolls. Now when I open the door, someone's waiting for me. Although it's only been a couple weeks since they became human, I seem to be used to it. Today passed without much trouble. The more I think about that name Hot 5 Soy told me, the lamer it seems. I've told Soy and Shinbi that the principal asked me to look over them, but I'm worried that they won't continue to buy that story. Soy and Shinbi are the first people I've connected with after entering the academy. But still, I haven't told them about my personal life, including my hobby. Am I doing the right thing? I glance up and see the shelf. The dolls stand there in line as usual. These dolls are a huge part of me, but I can't talk about them easily. Let's stop having gloomy thoughts. Won't there come a day when I can tell the truth? There will come a day when I become confident of myself and want to show my true self to my friends. When that day comes, wouldn't it be easy for me to tell them? I stare at the eyes silently looking at me and think. Hot 5. Hot 5. Even while having sad thoughts, when I think of that name, I can't help but laugh. I ended up laughing for some time in the empty room. 'Cause I'm insane. As usual, Tay was cooking, and everyone else, including me, was having breakfast. It seems Yuri will never come out of that bathroom. Obviously, he's drying his hair or praising his looks reflected on the mirror. I smell something sweet in the steaming mug. Some kind of tea with a good scent. What kind of tea is this?
It's made in Banjul.
Oh, right. I'll drop by the cafe today.
Oh, will you?
I've never been to the place Tay works at. I asked Soy and Shinbi to go, but Shinbi was too busy. Should I have just told Soy it's the cafe Tay works at? Then Soy would have headed to the cafe before school even finished. It smells good. What is this tea called?
Congo Bongo. It's the best-selling tea.
He smiled softly like the scent of the tea. I felt calmer after drinking the warm tea. Ah, I never thought I could feel this calm in the morning.
My honey, there's nothing about those sweet tea leaves to love.
Yuri interrupted my peace like the devil. But he's so handsome.
And now, have this.
He put something on the table. This!
It's the latest smartphone. It's called Universe G.
Universe G? It sounds like some villain's lair.
Aren't you amazed by my sensibility? Now this is what a true gentleman does.
Yuri ignored Red's comment and sleekly combed his hair back. The smooth surface and white frame sparkled. Wow, I saw the ad for this on TV. I didn't remember the name, but I remembered the ad.
This is my gift, full of love for my honey.
What?
Use this and become a smart, sensible woman.
What do you mean? The smartphone is for me?
Oh, Yuri, I didn't know you cared. Yuri.
You know what did occur to me, though? After thinking back the last couple times and then playing through this route again, he's used to women just taking things from him, and he doesn't think much of those women. So maybe I shouldn't be like other women. I should be like, no, I can't take this, and you can't buy my love and stuff. So maybe I'll just continue to not take it. Or I could save. Just in case I'm being a dummy. Oh, you know, I haven't read my diary. I should do that. Just a moment. Oops. Diary. Before I forget. How much stuff have I forgotten to do? Oh boy. Oh boy. I think this is the last one. Yep. August 29th. I woke up this morning and ate ramen for breakfast. I still miss Grandpa. Grandpa, are you doing okay up there? September 2nd. Today's the first day of the second semester. Shimby was busy with her modeling job, so she couldn't make it. So I rattled on about what she did during vacation. September 24th. This is insane. Can something like this really happen? Just until yesterday, my dolls were sitting still on the shelf, but they came to life. I can't even tell anyone about this. This is so troubling. Especially this morning when the principal saw Yuri shirtless. God, they need a guardian to sign the consent form. What should we do? Grandpa, what should I do? But no matter how troubling this is, I can't help but feel a bit excited. Our first night together. Will Yana survive on the couch? September 25th. I think my life has turned upside down ever since we started living together. Red and Yana were amazed by the TV, and Lance and Tay stayed at Grandpa's library reading books. Yuri was out all day, and when he came for dinner, I smelled female perfume on him. Where the hell did he go? I'm curious, but I'm a bit scared of the answer he'll give if I ask. God. Anyways, what should I do about the guardian consent forms? Think about it later, while I seethe with jealousy over Yuri and his female companions. September 26. We have to hand in the consent forms by tomorrow, but I still can't think up anything. What's going to happen to me? I can only come up with excuses right now. Grandpa, help me. September 28th. It's the weekend. Yuri went out to some place and came back late, and Lance was at the library all day. Yano and Red watched reruns of cartoons on TV, and Tay just read books in Grandpa's room. A new but peaceful day. It's only been a couple of days since the dolls turned human, but I think I've kind of gotten used to it. I just feel much better to know that there'd be someone to greet me when I come home. September 29th. Ever since the dolls came to life, I haven't wanted to take pictures of the dolls, since they're human now and I'd be too embarrassed. How do I put these feelings into words? October 2nd. Taking the bus is hell these days. It's because the dolls became humans. Basically, it's because there are more girls who want to take the bus with the boys in my house. I think it'd be best to go to school at separate times, or take the cab with Yuri. October 4th. I can't believe it's already been a week since I started going to school with the dolls. This morning, I was so surprised that Red just burst into my room without knocking. And what's with him calling me the heroine? I think he watched too many cartoons. Besides, he started calling Yano Yellow and Tay the commander. Red must like playing action heroes. Tay suddenly took up a part-time job. That was kind of like a PS at the end. October 7th. I wanted to go to the cafe Tay works at. What kind of place is it? So I wanted to go, but we've been putting it off since Shinbi was busy with her photo shoots. Shinbi must be really busy these days. I should wish her luck. That's the end of that. Alright, Yuri, I'm refusing you.
Yuri, I can't take this.
I can't take something this expensive from you. And besides, I had no idea how he got all the money.
You don't have to feel uncomfortable. My honey's not actually against this kind of electronic device, are you? But you should at least have a touchscreen if you want to become a classy modern woman.
It's not that I don't like these devices.
Then what does my honey want? I'll make note of it next time I choose a present, so tell me. But I want you to take this first. It pains me to watch you use that crappy old phone.
I was thankful that he cared to give me a gift, but there was a reason why I couldn't take it. There's no reason for me to get such a big gift from you. A chocolate, like you gave me before, or something small would have been different, but not a smartphone.
Of course there are reasons. My honey's our owner. I do not want to see my owner open and close an old folding phone or something as shameful as that.
I lost words after hearing what Yuri said. I did feel thankful that a doll would care about me this much.
It's not even a big deal.
Oh, right. For someone like Yuri who gets an expensive pair of shoes for free, this wouldn't be such a big deal.
What's the problem here? I can't understand.
You won't understand, no matter how much I explain. You won't know since you always give and take expensive gifts like they're nothing. You won't know what these gifts mean to a normal person. Yuri's smartphone was expensive, but it didn't entail as much care.
A lady should just take what she gets. She just has to enjoy the love and power.
Then I have one condition.
A condition? My honey's picky. I do find that quite attractive, though.
I'll use it if you promise to buy smartphones for the rest of the boys.
Why should I spend my money on other men?
Never mind if you don't want to. Here, take it. I won't take the gift. I'm happy with the one I got anyways. Yuri thought seriously for a moment.
I do not want to receive anything from that insect.
Lance laid down his spoon and spoke. Be quiet, you. But if everyone has smartphones, wouldn't it be more comfortable? We can stay in contact.
If Yuri wants to spend money, shouldn't we help, Lance?
Lance didn't say anything.
I want one. Everyone in my class keeps on asking for my number. I was sorry I couldn't tell them.
Yeah, and if we have smartphones, we can video chat.
Wow! So I can look at Master's face.
What? We can talk on the phone while seeing our friends' faces? Red suddenly stopped eating and stood up. I thought he was too busy eating, but he must have been listening the whole time. Friends. Well, yeah, that's how it goes. Then I want one. I'd be able to communicate constantly with Yellow and the Commander. Then we can use that smartphone thingy to have strategy meetings. We'll be 10 times as strong. I guess so. I nodded and pretended to agree with overly excited Red, since everyone has to agree in order to get the smartphones.
These poor souls getting left behind civilization. It won't be so bad for me to help.
I've learned to ignore Yuri's such words.
Alright, I get it. If everyone wants one. I have never said I wanted one. I will do my best to help. Now, do you feel brave enough to use this smartphone?
Yuri cut Lance's words and stared at me. Well, if you're willing, thanks.
Good. Now let's get a cab and go to school, darling.
I don't want to. Yuri's been trying to convince me to go to school with him. We went already. What do you mean you're used to his tricks? We went! Yuri seemed confused at me refusing right away. I would have been.
My honey is so stubborn. Why is that?
Because you're dangerous.
Yep, I don't like it too. Going to school with that pervert. I would feel bad for anyone who has to deal with that.
I'd rather you go with me.
All five said something. Yep, you heard. That's why.
Are all my haters gathered here? Well, I know haters are fans too in the end.
Achoo! Oh my goodness. Pardon me. Barely got Yuri's sentence out before that sneeze overcame me. Well, you wanted a reason, so I gave it to you. Please excuse me for sneezing all over your beautiful suit. To be honest, it wasn't because I don't like Yuri. It was because I felt bad for going to school comfortably without the rest of the boys. But not so bad that I went once already. It's because I'm the only one who goes to school comfortably. I'd say yes if we could take the cab all together. Sometimes the bus is so hellish I want to go by myself, but I would never forgive myself for taking the easy road alone.
Why are you so obsessed with that altogether? My honey is so clueless about romance. If you're picky like that, you miss good opportunities like this.
Yuri leaned his head forward. As Yuri's face approached mine, his face filled my sight. Whoops. Looking at him from up close, I realized yet again how handsome he is.
I would prefer to miss such chances.
Lance grabbed his bag and said without a single glance towards Yuri. Thanks to Lance, I came to my senses and stopped staring blankly at Yuri's face. Sorry, Yuri. Try again. Thanks, Lance. I almost just stood there staring at Yuri's face like a fool. Lance ignored me and went out of the living room. I heard Yuri tisking right in front of me. At Tay's words from the living room, I gathered myself and looked. I saw Tay, Red, and Yana all putting their shoes on at the front door. Tay stood in front of the open door and looked at me. Don't lean in close like that. You scared me. I have to go to the academy now. As I tried to reason with him, Yuri backed off and made a mysterious face. And then he put his hand on his head like he was tired.
You are quite the complicated woman.
But worth it. I ignored Yuri's mumbling and went towards Tay, who was waiting.